Hello, I'm Makaru, and this is my advanced My Little Pony drawing tutorial. Probably gonna hear some music in the background because I can't draw without it. Well, I can, but I like to draw with music. I'm using Easy Paint tool. Not even sure what version it is. Doesn't matter. I got it off YouTube. There's a link. You can just look for it. My canvas is 1000 by 1000. I'm using a pen tool. Simple circle, no texture. Quality is 4 smoothest. Edge hardness 75%. Max dense pressure 80%. Hard to soft is 70. I'm using for press and size. So I'm using 10 pixel brush. Now I've got a tablet, so if I press really soft, it'll show up really soft. But if I press really hard, it'll show up really hard. One of the things that I like to do when drawing ponies is make anything really, fighting characters or just whatever I'm drawing. I like to make a skeleton. As you can see in my first video that I made, I was drawing with a mouse at the time. Now I've got a tablet, and I told myself that I would upgrade when I got a tablet, and I just didn't get around making the video. Start out with a circle, and then put a cross through the middle. This is your face orientation. This circle, or I'm sorry, this cross determines where your character's going to look. Like if you had it this way, you'd be looking that way, or this way, you'd be looking that way. See how that works? Right now ours is facing that way, so it's going this way. The pony ear starts here and ends here. So about halfway between the quarter circle, you'll start the ear. And it's football shape, it's just that, with this taken out. Oops. Now, the body is a bean shape. Start by drawing 2 circles, one small one, and then one about twice as large, but not as large as the head. They should be connected at the sides. See how it makes like a bean shape, like a peanut shape? Now, you can set the opacity to whatever you want when you're finished, so it doesn't matter how light or dark your sketches is. The neck is just a simple curved line down to the bean shape, and then it follows up to the rump. From this 3/4 profile, actually no, this isn't profile, this is 3/4. You don't really get that thingamajigger they have when they're looking forward, like this, which is their nose, and then that's the front view. I'm using this to orientate where the face is, so it's one curved line like this, 2 lines underneath it, just like that. Okay. Now I like to add the fat cheek thing. This is just my style. The people on DeviantArt you'd see or around the internet, they do what's called vectoring, which is, I'm not going to explain too much of it, but it's kind of difficult to get into, but once you get into it, it's easy, and you can literally make it look like they're coming right out of the show. Ponies have a line right here in the middle of the ear, not along the side or the front. It's in the middle. Okay. Then that comes down to the front. The bean shape just guides where the body's going to be. It's not, okay, don't follow the beans for the line of the body. That's just something to guide you. What pony should I draw? Once you master the style, you can literally draw any pony. You just have to decide which hair you're going to use for them. Like, let's see. That's horrible, but it's sort of. Fluttershy. That's too big. Usually I'd go slower than this and make it look good, but you know, I don't want to take too much time. Twilight Sparkle. Okay, let's do the legs now. Now here's the tricky part, because the legs, there's not really a specific way to sketch them out. 2 straight lines and then a round line at the bottom. They should be about 2 heads tall, or a head and a half for shorter ponies, like females. You can check how big of a head is by making a circle around the head and then literally going down to check it. And that's only 1 head, so I was mistaken. I'm sorry, they should be 1 head tall. Another way to sketch these out is the joint thing, the joint system, which a lot of people use, or ovals. Ovals are easy as well. But again, don't let them guide you. Don't follow them. They're just there for a little bit of support. You can hear my pressure cooker. Alright, the rump should be pretty high. This is the rump here. And it has to go like a curve. They have to have big butts for some reason. I don't know. Horses have big butts, I guess. Pinky by the colors too obtrusive, waiting to see it in the light. I'm sewing them together. And then the front leg, you can just bloop, another line there. If you're doing it simple, but if you want to do intricate, you can start with a oval here, and then do the, oops, that's too big. Oh, now I can't do it. That's better. Why does it always mess up when I do a video? This is like the pony waving at you thing. The hooves, you can see the hooves kind of have a diamond shape to them. They have like a, I don't know, it's a weird shape. Now, remember, don't follow the circles. They're just there for guidance. For starting from, yeah, it's about right. Now, this is the important part, because if it's the line here, sideways pony. But if it starts there, the pony is looking at you. So your tummy line comes up to here, then the leg goes down like that, but that's not what we're doing. That's front view if they're looking at you. The back leg's probably the most difficult for people to draw, because they're always, you know, digitigrade. They're always trying to make them look good. The pony's body is tight. It's very close together. Everything is tight, tight, tight. So you want to start by drawing big fat shield sketch, and then a triangle underneath it along the side. The rump line comes down to the top of the shield, or the triangle, I'm sorry, and then it goes out straight. Then it comes down again. It's really thick. Well, it's a filly. I made it too thick, but you can just, actually, I'll show you a neat trick. Go to the marquee tool, the lasso. Make sure you select all of it. Marquee, transform, stretch, squeeze. And and then just reposition it. This is the inside leg, which isn't terribly important. Like I said, it can just be another following line in the back, or you can bring it out oval, oval, and then that. Just follow the ovals with squares, or rectangles, rather. I'm not going to add a cutie mark yet, so. The tail is easy. You just one straight curve, and then along it you can, like, you know, add little details that make it look like it's a collected group of hairs instead of just a, you know, whatchamajigger. I like to add shape to the body. And I'll earn a lot of money for the Apple family. Finally, we to For those of you that don't know, if you're new to Psy, you can click on the button next to New Layer that's got a pen on it. Hold on a second. That is a line work layer. You will get a new set of tools: pen, eraser, weight, color, edit, pressure, select, deselect, curve, and line. Line is straight line thingy for everybody that's like, oh, Psy doesn't have that line thing. But it does. Because they're easy to find on Photoshop because they're all on the same box thing. But I don't use the line art tools most of the time, unless I'm drawing like a bed or a counter or the inside of a house, detail like that. As for hair, it could be anything you want, literally. You can put it in the face, you can put it over the side. I think I'll make a nice perm cut, I guess you could call it. Although that doesn't match at all, and the tail looks off. But we're not going to do that. Because, let's see, what's a good hairstyle for this pony? Something simple would just be the Applejack Rainbow Dash cut, which is that up curve, down curve, down curve, down curve, and then whatever you want to draw here, ponytail or whatever. Maybe this pony's a tomboy like Rainbow Dash. Now I'll show you how to do the eyes. Eyes are not that difficult. They're actually a lot easier than the rest of the body because it's just that. It's a curved line, and then you add the eyelashes depending on if it's a boy or a girl. Colt eyes are a straight line, and then half that football thing. Oh, hello there. I am a pony. The beep that means 14 minutes. And I need some new music. Baby, baby, where the hell's my song? Baby, baby, baby. Oh, that's really disappointing. I have so much music on here. I can't even find what I'm looking for. There we go. Alright, I'm not going to keep that eye. If you want a rainbow pony, follow the Rainbow Dash hairstyle, which is red, green, blue, whatever. The way that we learned it in school is Roy, G, Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. That's how I've always remembered the colors of the rainbow. I'll show you a quick tutorial on how to color their eyes. Cutie mark can be anything you want. Literally. You can have a I don't know, a water bomb or something stupid. Or you could have a diamond, like Rarity. What is that? That's the violet. Yeah, well, every morning just before breakfast, I don't want no coffee and tea. Just me and my good buddy Wiser. That's all I ever need, 'cause I drink alone. And you notice I didn't add the second ear because the hair's in the way. Unless your pony is bald, you won't need the second ear. So you've got, well, maybe the tip comes up a little bit, but most of the time, people leave it out. See, it's a bit taller than the other one because that's not right. It should be shorter than the other one because of the way the head's turned. There you go. Now it doesn't even reach the top of the hair. Okay. You can ignore these lines if you want. I sometimes erase them. Merge all your layers if you made more than one. Set the opacity to 30%. That's what I use. 30% is usually... Oh, crap. Okay. Just some lag, I guess. I don't know if you guys are seeing that, but it lagged red, so... Now, make a new layer over it. Select black, or whatever color. Actually, hold on, I'll show you something neat. Where's my... All the pony colors. You can Google this. It's by Egophiliac. It's called Pony Colors version 1, and it's got all the main characters and a few of the old ones, background ponies like Derpy, Lyra, Bon Bon, Celestia. So you can just copy whatever colors you want. But we're gonna do this in black. I use fine hollow still on my brush. I'm gonna use a 6-point for the outline. And I'll show you something neat. Just go over the skeleton. Try to make it look as neat as possible. If you have to, redraw the lines as many times as you like. That's why the Microsoft put in Control-Z, unless you have Mac, which I have no idea what one that is. Use the rotate buttons if you're having trouble with curves, like I do for some reason. Now, here's the neat part. You can click on Preserve Opacity under the opacity level, click on Layer, and then Luminance to Transparency. Now I can go and select a color, say blue. Make sure your brush is simple circle. And then look at that. I can change the color of the line art. So draw it in black if you're comfortable with that. Then go back and change the color of the pony. But just remember that you have to unclick Preserve Opacity if you want to draw or erase on that layer. I'm zoomed in to the eyes. I'm going to show you my quick tutorial on how to do them. How appropriate. Okay. Let's see. We'll give her green eyes. Green eyes are fine. Everybody likes green eyes, right? Now, this is an imaginary level underneath the red level, but if you need to, you can go in and draw the where the eyes are going to be. Otherwise, when you color it, just don't, just erase this part here so that you have the white and no lines underneath it. Do we see we're giving her green eyes, right? Yeah. Their layer should be under the line art layer, so that it doesn't, because I'll show what happens. If the layer is above it, and it's because you have to set it to multiply or it'll mess with the other layers, you'll notice that it gets darker as it goes over, and that looks really bad. So set your line art layer to the highest layer, and they'll go underneath it. Your line art layer should be on normal. Okay, now let's finally get around to drawing her eyes. What I like to do, take a pen, not brush, pen, oops, that's the wrong layer. Make a circle of the color you want, then pick a lighter color out of it, make a sliver, a pie sliver, then a darker color out of it, and these are the highlights. These are the highlights of the eyes. Then now take black. That is not black. That's because I have the eraser on. Go over the center. Now take your eraser. Just add a couple of specular highlights. When you get it down, it's actually a really good way to, you know, if you have time to sit here and do all this, or if you want your art to look good. I don't like to vector because I want the ponies to look like they're drawn in my style and not the style from the show, because, you know, with a little bit of practice, anyone can mimic the style used in the show. I've seen people do flawless recreations of Spider-Man and the Hulk, and all you need to do is just sit there and practice the style. So I like drawing things in my own style. This way they have my signature touch, kind of a feel to it. And they don't usually come out too bad. This pony came out very bad. I made her nose too big. I swear they don't always come out this bad. Take a look at my DeviantArt or my Ink Bunny, and you can see for yourself. Thank you for watching my advanced My Little Pony tutorial. Please check out my other videos, and if you like it, go ahead and subscribe.